The soundscapes of Tokyo. This time, we're not so much Tokyo eye as Tokyo ear. That's because we're setting out to discover the various sounds of the city. More than just the screeching of trains and cars, Tokyo's soundscape is vast and varied. Let's hear more. Welcome to Tokyo Eye 2020, the show that tells you everything you want to know about the city that's constantly evolving, Tokyo. Hello, I'm Chris Speppler. What does it sound like where you live? Can you hear the barking of dogs, the lapping of waves, or cars and buses? Tokyo is filled with many distinct sounds. This time we'll be checking out soundscapes unique to Tokyo.
Ueno, known as one of Tokyo's entranceways.
So we're here to discover some soundscapes today. And speaking of large cities, what comes to my mind first is definitely the noises. And even when I try to listen, I don't particularly hear anything pleasant.
Here to tell us how to enjoy Tokyo soundscapes is Hiroshi Washino. Washino travels Japan, helping people enjoy the sounds of different cities. His boat tour, featuring the sounds of the Nihonbashi River in Tokyo, is so popular, reservations fill up each time he holds it. He says that Japan has had a culture of enjoying soundscapes since long ago. The sounds of the everyday, like insects and train whistles, have long brought about strong emotions in the hearts of those in Japan. Let's see how one can enjoy the sounds of the giant metropolis of Tokyo.
いろんなサウンドスケープもおそらくあると思うんですけれども、それどうやってこう探しに行った方がいいですか？
まず今喧騒とか騒音とか言ってるじゃないですか。この中から一つ一つ音を見つけていくっていう作業をまずやってみるっていうのがいいかと思います。この場所は上野駅の目の前ですけど、だからこの音は聞こえるんだよっていうこと。ゆっくりした電車の音なんて駅の近くでしか聞こえないじゃないですか。こういうのでらしさを感じていく。単なる騒音と思わないで。
Washino will take us to some of his favorite listening locations. First up, the large Ueno Park, right next to Ueno Station. It's home to Shinobazu Pond, which has been known as a place to relax since the Edo period. Let's open our ears and take a stroll.
あ、でもちょっとあれ？なんか鐘の音が聞こえてきますけど。
向こうかね、聞こえてきますね。
Listen again. There's the sound of the bell.
This is not a normal鐘じゃないんですよ。時の鐘といって時報を鳴らしてたんです。江戸時代何時になったなというのが分かるように12回夜も含めて鳴っていた時の鐘の音なんですね。
そうなんですね。じゃあ結構もう江戸時代からの音っていうことですか？
そうです。ずっと江戸時代からの音ですから、ここでこの音を聞くということは江戸の感じを確かめるというか感じることができる場所ということになりますね。
In the Edo period, Japan did not have clocks or watches. The sound of the bell, reverberating throughout town, lets citizens know the time. These days, it is sounded 3 times a day, at 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m.
やっぱりこう歴史というとみんなこう見るのが多いんですけれども、ちゃんと歴史もこう聞こえるようになってきますね。
そうです。そうです。ただちょっと音がちっちゃいような感じがするかもしれませんけど、それはもう都市のね今の騒音が問題で、
でもやっぱりこう環境が変わってくると音もだんだんこう聞こえなくなってしまう。
そうですね。まあ都市の変化、
はい。
東京が変わっちゃったなということですね。
The sound of the bell, drowned out by the big city. But there does remain one way to hear it clearly. Ueno Station at 6 a.m. Compared to noontime, there are fewer people and cars. Let's take a listen. Loud and clear. Hearing different sounds based on the time of day is one great way to enjoy the soundscapes of Tokyo. The bell in Ueno is one of 100 selected sounds of Japan, chosen by the Ministry of the Environment. Its aim is to raise awareness and to preserve Japanese sounds in danger of disappearing in our modern times. Tokyo is home to 4, including the Ueno Bell. The others include this row of Zelkova trees by Seikei University in Musashino. The birds, water, and trees of Sampoji Pond in Nerima's Shakuji Park. And the vicinity of Temple Shibamata Taishakuten and the ferry to and from Chiba Prefecture. Shibamata is popular with sightseers. It's a 20-minute train ride from Asakusa. Chiba lies just on the other side of the Edo River. First, the pair head here. The ferry to and from Chiba, called Yagiri no Watashi.
よろしくお願いします。
こんにちは。
よいしょ。よいしょ。
The wooden ferry seats about 30. The 150-meter trip to the opposite bank costs 200 yen. Here we go. This place was chosen for the sound of the ferry's paddle, rowing across the river. The sound carries some 4 centuries worth of history.
確かに初めて聞きま
あん
した。
まり普通東京とかその千葉もそうかもしれないんだけど、船乗る時って普通モーター音がうるさくて、
はい
外の音なんて聞かないじゃないですか。
そうですね。なんか音を
なかなか珍しい
聞くだけでもう涼しい感じもしますし。
Rowing the boat is Tsutomu Sugiura, whose family has been doing this work for generations. He operates the ferry throughout the year with no breaks. What does he enjoy about this soundscape?
まあね、声っていうんじゃないけど、飛んでるのがね、カワセミとかね、カワウとかね。それで風だね、風の音が聞こえるんだよね、静かにしてるとね。
After their ride, the two head for Temple Shibamata Taishakuten. The temple, founded in the early 1600s, has served as the setting for many stories and films. The 200-meter shopping street leading to the temple from the station is known for its soundscape. Just walking this street, you can hear a number of sounds emanating from the shops. What's the sound coming from this candy shop? Rows of candies being cut. What about this place?
揚げている
美味しそうだという、
はい。
まさにお店ですね。いい音ですね。
This tempura shop is popular for frying storefront.
この音聞いたら食べたくなりますね。
なりますよね。なんかすごく美味しそうで、
すごいですね。
新鮮な感じがしますね。
This storefront frying appeals to both the eyes and the ears.
普通の都会のお店とかだとガラス張りになってるじゃないですか。
はい。
中の音なんか聞こえないじゃないですか。よく見るとお店とかすごくこう綺麗に中にこうお店があって人がいてみたいな。
でも本当に昔からのそういうお店の構造だからそう聞こえる。
そうですね。
Here's another storefront sound. It's coming from the outdoor tank of this riverfish restaurant.
See, do you hear this? So it's the sound of the fish cage, and it's telling you how fresh the fish is. And I feel like these are the sounds that you really do not pay attention in your daily life. And it's really interesting when you spend some time and to listen to it.
The traditional Japanese sounds of this shopping street can take you on a journey through time.
Just thanks to this report, I get to, understand how much it means to Japanese people, the sound and the music around.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think in the West it's more of like kind of like they view those sounds as a component of a larger, how would I say, picture. It's an element. For example, it's the sound of the watermill. I don't think people would in the West would appreciate the sound of the watermill, only the watermill, but it's the ensemble of the sound, the chirping of the birds and the watermill and maybe the sound of the wind, and it comprises a total picture. But in Japan, people are really concentrating on one sound, and I think you hear that like in haiku. There are expressions where they're talking about just one sound one croak that a frog makes, and that kind of explains the entire scenery.
Right, so they really pay attention to all the details.
So the sound is kind of like a trigger to your memory, right? A trigger to your sensibilities, so to speak. Yeah.
If you look at the Japanese architecture, like a traditional Japanese house, they have this engawa, so the Japanese type of porch where you can sit there and enjoy the sound of the outdoors. So in the summer, you listen to the sound of the wind or insects. It's really interesting. Well, so Chris, this time we recorded a couple sounds, and would you like to listen to one of them first?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is again very, very summer. Sounds like a Japanese, some maybe not geisha, but a couple of Japanese ladies practicing the shamisen and song. And you can hear the cicadas in the background. Very, 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 very Japanese.
Oh, you're actually really good at guessing these sounds.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. So you can find this sound in Asakusa.
Right.
There are actually still a few geishas in Asakusa these days. There are shops that employ these geishas, or you can find them at the practice halls. So sometimes when you just walk around, you can hear these shamisens or the taiko drums.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So would you like to try another one?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds like water dripping into a bowl. Is it a chikurin or something otoshi?
Well, you're very, very close. Actually, so it's a pot that's buried upside down with
okay. Right. See
hole
that?
at the
Right.
top.
Right.
So when water falls in, it just echoes beautifully inside, and you can actually hear this in the city center. There's actually one in Shinjuku. You can find it at a shrine in Kabukicho, and they actually have two of those suikinkutsu on the ground.
I see. It's called suikinkutsu?
Yeah, suikinkutsu.
I see. Very nice. Okay, so Winnie, are we going to be listening to some more sounds?
Yes, so we're going to listen to some of the other bells that's very different from the ones we heard at Ueno. So we're here at Ochanomizu Station, and it's known to be a very energetic area that has a lot of college students and good restaurants. I also heard that we can find a very interesting soundscape here. So let's go check it out.
Ochanomizu is just one stop away from popular tourist spot Akihabara. Right by the station lies the eye-catching Holy Resurrection Cathedral, also known as the Nikolai Cathedral. It was the first Byzantine-style church constructed in Japan. It's one of Japan's oldest brick buildings, registered as an important cultural property, and is still used for religious services today. On Sundays at 10 a.m., this sound can be heard.
Wow, listen to the sound. It's coming from, I think, the bell right there.
This sublime sound echoes throughout the town. And after a few minutes, multiple bells overlap in a rhythmical feast for the ears. We've been given special permission to take a closer look at the bells and see just how they work. From large to small, there are multiple bells, 16 in total. They're all connected by rope or chain. And there are several pedals. How does it all work? The bells are rung by a church deacon. He uses his entire body, playing the bells like a drum kit. This tradition has continued since the church was first built in 1891. The method of playing the bells came directly from a Russian monastery.
そうですね、この鐘っていうのはただの楽器ではないですし、ただの合図でもなくて、やはりその祈りであるということが私たちにとってはすごく重要なんですね。神が私を通じていい音を鳴らさせてくれるようにっていうことの祈りを込めながらついています。教会によって鐘の個数も違いますし、音程とかも違ったりするので、そういう意味ではもう本当に世界中で今の鳴らし方、ここにしかない鳴らし方っていうものになっていきます。
Tokyo's diversity allows you to hear the sounds of many different religions and cultures.
So we're here at the Kitasenju station, and I heard that there's some activity about the soundscape going on here. So let's go check it out.
Kitasenju retains the feel of classic downtown Tokyo. It's full of old-school shopping streets and entertainment. It's about 10 minutes from Ueno by train. Just what kind of soundscapes will we be able to find here? To find out, we've come to this alleyway in a residential part of town.
It's kind of like a hidden place in here. Really Japanese. There's some people discussing right here. I think this is the group.
The people here are listening intently to a record. What's to be heard on its grooves?
今ですね、自分の家のマンションの屋上からずっと空の音をもう本当にひたすらマイクを立てて撮り続けたっていう完全にその環境作品で。
That's right. This group is dedicated to recording and sharing the sounds of their town. They create records of the various sounds they collect. Let's hear what's on this one. It's the sound of a local food called bota being prepared. From the spatula to the frying iron plate, all the sounds have been recorded for posterity. What about this sound? The voice of a salesperson from a sweets shop in front of the station. This popular spot is often packed with customers. Now, the sounds of this local landmark have been lovingly preserved on record. The group, which works to discover the town's hidden charms through field recording, began in 2011. It's made up of a diverse membership of volunteers, from students to office workers in their 50s.
一つはやっぱり街の見え方、街の捉え方が変わるっていうので、街に関わる時に音っていうところで入ることによって普段見えてないものが見えるって言い方おかしいけども耳だから見えたりとか、さらに魅力に気づいたりとかっていうふうなことで、それでなんか街の住民さん同士でも話すネタが増えるっていうか、そういうふうな意見ももらってますよね。
The group sets out to find some new sounds. This is the house of someone born and raised here. Shigeyuki Koizumi. Since he was young, Koizumi has been fascinated with recording the sounds of daily life. He pulls out boxes and boxes of audio cassettes. They give one a listen.
これ機動車の一番なんですけど、外干せのまだ電化してないです。ディーゼルカー。
Recorded from the station, it's the sound of a diesel-powered train, a blast from the past. What else?
千住の祭りこれ。千住の林だこれ。うわ鳥が出ちゃった。もう大体僕が自分が中学生だとか高校生の頃からずっと撮りためたものですね。だからもう44、5年ぐらい前から撮ってますけどね。
In a time when cameras were expensive for someone his age, Koizumi recorded his memories with audio instead of photos. A voice from daily life emerges.
これおふくろの声ですけどね。
今忙しいフロントがお客がいっぱい入ってるからもうね。
This recording is from a time when Koizumi's home was under reconstruction, 40-odd years ago. His mother can be heard speaking to a carpenter. This is one way the group uncovers the slumbering sounds of the town's past.
確かに怖い若い時のなんか聞いてたものをまた自分が聞くっていうことがすごくなんか感慨深いものがありました
こうその当時の、価値観みたいなものがもしかしたらそこに映し出されているかもしれないので、それはちょっとびっくりしました。
This sound collecting project proves that sound can connect both time and people.
Wow, so that was a very meaningful activity, a lot of memories in the sounds.
I see.
So actually, they lent me this record, and would you like to take a listen?
Sure, let's give it a listen.
Okay, there we go. Sounds familiar?
Yeah, it's a railroad crossing, but typical railroad crossings that you find in Tokyo and Japanese towns, they're actually quite small, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, Kitasenju, this station is actually a very big station.
The station is big, right?
Right, a lot of different lines coming in, and that's why they decided to make this record about the station and the trains related.
Right. So I guess because of that, this is kind of like a trigger for memories. I think they intentionally used the record, the vinyl record.
A very big reason to that is because, you know, the spaces are getting more and more narrow these days. We listen to music on our headphones.
Right.
And in the past, it used to be something to share with other people, just like how we're sharing this music together. Yeah. You know, people come together, they go to visit other people, listen to their stories, and it's just very interesting to see how music connects people together and connects also the past and the present. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Winnie.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on Tokyo Eye 2020. Let's review the places we visited today. Shibamata Taishakuten and the ferry are by Shibamata Station, a 20-minute train ride from Asakusa. Ueno Park is just to the west of Ueno Station. The bell that tells time and the pond are located inside. The cathedral is a 3-minute walk from Ochanomizu Station. For more information on today's show, check out our program website,